And we're back. Okay. So, seems like Jack has a date tonight.
Woohoo!
This is a great plan. There's no way it can go wrong.
Absolutely not.
Well, that depends on what your primary mission objective is.
Martini for me and a roofie cocktail for the lady.
Has it ever occurred to anybody that this is the first step for things going wrong?
That's every game session, man.
I've got a good feeling about this.
Such famous last words.
I just want to not get sacrificed to eldritch beings.
It'll work for sure this time.
All right. What? So, Jack, I'm assuming after Zara gives you the good news that you head out.
And then I'm gonna go right back in and try and pick her up.
I was gonna say, do you give Jesse the thumbs up on your way out, or?
Yeah, I give him the abort mission.
Say what? I like my idea better, but all right. Well, I guess we're just gonna. I don't. What else? I don't know. There's too much else.
So, Jack, you're supposed to meet Zara at 6:30. The club opens at 6. What are the rest of you gonna do?
Yeah, wardrobe montage.
Yes, okay. Wardrobe montage.
We need some bling with our pimp suits.
I feel like Jesse's trying to figure out, how to tie a tie because he's only used to a bolo.
No, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing like the good cowboy hat and like.
Oh, right. Okay.
The boots and things. Doing
No,
the Wild West
no
American.
full Windsor for you. Okay.
No, I'm not doing any of that stuff. The tip I got was like Americans Entertaining or something like that. I can't remember what it is.
Woo! I got all this oil money.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're taking her to the club, which means if I'm going to keep my cover, I got to come up with something different to do when you guys go to the damn club.
No, you just be at the club. It's fine.
I am still going to be ratted out as the cop, am I?
Well, you can do it. You got disguise? Who's got disguise? We can disguise him up a bit.
I don't think anyone has disguise.
Ah.
What are the rest of you doing?
I mean, I suppose at some point we have to figure out whether we are all trying to entourage along or not.
Let's start with, are the rest of you even going to go to the club?
It would be interesting, yes.
Since you seem to be the split the party bunch, so I don't assume anymore that you're all pulling the same way.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna try and do. We assume that Jack can get in. I mean, I could always just try and get in, just to see what happens. And then if I
are the rest of you going in as a group, or are you gonna try just every man for himself try to get in?
Well, I want to go to a club. Does anyone else want to go to a club?
I think the most intelligent thing is, though, because I pretty much got thrown under the bus earlier and I'm spotted, right? If I go in, they're going to think I'm probably a cop or something, whatever. So most likely if I'm going in, I should go in by myself so as not to taint the rest of you, so to speak.
Okay, I will also go in by myself.
Martin and Alistair, are you also going in by yourselves, but together?
Are there? You said there's like pubs in this neighborhood, right? Is there one that's like that gives where I could like hang out and have a good view, at least on the exterior of the club?
If you're not staying too late, there's a couple of pubs that close down around 8 o'clock, so you won't be able to stay there till 1 when Blue Pyramid closes. But you could sit at the bar, have a have a bite to eat and a couple of pints, and definitely see the outside of the Blue Pyramid Club for a couple of hours.
Yeah, I'll do that because I don't think I have very good social skills.
You can be the lookout and come in and save us when the fire starts.
Might have meant if I joined Martin.
Yeah,
Not
that's
at
cool.
all.
I was figuring I would do the same. We'll kind of case around the outside.
Okay, so three of you are gonna hang out at the pub up the street. Jack is gonna go in with Zara, and Jesse's gonna try to get in on his own.
Yeah, you three just wanted an excuse to have a dinner and a drink and not have to go to the cult hangout.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Though this makes you realize how much different this type of adventure is in the modern day when you have cell phones and all the rest of these things.
Don't worry, if I get in trouble, I'll send you guys a telegram.
A singing telegram.
Trouble at the pyramid. Stop.
I'll use the flare gun.
Newsflash: intrepid reporter trapped by dastardly cultists.
Thinking more of Candygram for Mongo.
Alright, somewhere's here.
I'll go like candy.
They have those pneumatic message tubes.
Yeah, I'll just use the pneumatic message tube that they have installed between the club and the bar
Exactly.
that are across the street from each other.
Okay. So, Jack, you're going to meet Zara she asked you to meet her at her shop at 6:30. Jesse, what time are you going to the Blue Pyramid?
After Jack.
After Jack. Are you going to hang out with the rest of the crew at the pub to watch for them?
Sure.
Okay.
Trying to figure out what the drawback of this is.
All right. Let me just, for no particular reason whatsoever, get some miniatures here. Just in case they become necessary later. Don't know why that might be, but,
Ignore the Balrog.
Oh, where did I put that Shoggoth token?
Alright, so you guys... Alright. Okay. So, let me drop you guys on the Blue Pyramid map. Okay, so I have the rest of the party just sitting here up in the map part of it, and so you're just gonna be hanging out up the street at a bar. All right. So Jack, at 6:30, you swing by Empire Spices, and the lights are kind of, dimly lit inside the shop. You can see that Zara's kind of finishing things up. The closed signs on the door, but you can see through the window that she's finishing things up, and she sees you outside and opens the door and says, I'm 2 minutes and I'll be ready." So she finishes the last couple things and walks out the door and locks things up and says, "Shall we?"
By all means.
Okay. So it's it's right around the block from her shop to the Blue Pyramid Club. So she takes you in the front door on the ground floor of the Blue Pyramid Club, and so this door here, and inside is a bouncer, but he sees Zara and recognizes her as Miss Shafiq. You have a guest this evening, and she says, "Yes, please allow me to introduce my companion Jack." And the bouncer kind of nods and says, very good, very good." And he calls the elevator. This is the elevator here over in the top corner here. And the elevator opens and he says, "Enjoy your evening." So you get out of the elevator. I'm just going to pull your tokens up. Size this down a little bit. Okay, great. Okay, and reveal. Okay, so you can see the continuation of the stairway that would have gone up, as well as the elevator that you took. And there's a doorway here, and there's another bouncer outside this doorway, and he kind of nods at Miss Shafiq and opens the door here, and it opens into a hallway, and there's doors to the north, south, and a set of double doors up in front of you. And she says, let's get a little refreshment and talk for a few minutes first." And so she opens the door to the north, and there's kind of a coffee sitting room. Over here, there's a coffee bar, and an attendant gets you cups, and she sits you down at a table and says, "So, reporter man, tell me a little bit more about yourself. Why exactly did you want to get into the Blue Pyramid?"
Well, it seems to keep coming up where these murders are concerned. It seems that so many people were known to come here, and I don't know exactly what the connection is, but if there is one, I want to find out about it.
Says, "Well, it's one of the few places where folks from my country tend to congregate."
That's probably part of it.
So around you, you see, there's it's still a little bit early yet, but there's definitely, a few people around at neighboring tables. Several of them definitely appear to be Egyptian, but there's also a number of white folks in the room as well. You're not the only non-Egyptian here in the room. Okay, team pub crawl. You've seen Jack and Zahara enter the club. What
Do we
are
see
you
a whole
doing,
bunch of
if
other people
anything?
going?
You've seen other people, going in at a pretty steady clip since 6.
Would you go as far as to say it's a happening place?
It's still a little bit early, so it's not like truly happening, but you've definitely you would guess that there's it's 6:45, 7 o'clock, and you would guess that there's easily you've seen 30 people go in.
Gonna wait it out a little bit longer.
Okay. Very good.
Can we like buy a drink for everyone in the house? And we're from the other side of the Atlantic. We love your jolly country so much. We just
Oh, it's
show
not gonna...
appreciation for the good folks here.
Wait, are we wearing our good clothes?
No.
I figured.
There's a non-zero chance that there's going to be a bar fight, so I'm not going to wear my pimp suit.
I'm wearing my good clothes. All right, I'm gonna pretend I don't know these guys and say, I'll take you up on that offer.
Yeah, so can Mark buy a drink for everyone in the bar?
Sure. I'm gonna say that costs you 20 pounds.
20 pounds. Yikes.
So that's your entire share of the 100 pounds we just got sent.
All right. You're going to be drinking water and eating beans. Or maybe I'll have to sell my pimp suit.
That's next step.
Again, I think the concept of low cover is escaped.
That's not the way we roll.
It's like the subtlety rating in Dark Heresy.
Yeah, I was gonna hang out for like another 30 minutes or so before.
Okay.
Oh, do I? So yeah, I do see like what I see like people who don't appear to be members going in, like non-Egyptians.
You've definitely seen non-Egyptians go in. I mean, you don't really
Alright,
have
cool.
a good way to tell if someone's a member or not, but you've definitely seen non-Egyptian folks go in. Okay, so
Time passes.
Tark, what is Jack what is Jack doing?
Well, first of all, he wants to look around the room and try to get a feel for who in here is more interested in him than they should be, who in here do people seem scared of.
Okay.
Read the room a little bit.
Okay. Make a spot hidden roll.
Okay.
Okay. So and make a psychology roll.
All right.
Okay. So you're not the only non-Arab in the room. Uh, it appears that a lot of the people uh, in this room in particular seem to be having business-related conversations. Um, you don't seem to be getting that. Honestly, you think that the looks that you're getting are more jealousy that you're here with probably the prettiest girl in the room, as opposed to like hostility or that someone's suspicious of you being here. The crowd, especially in this room, appears to be uh, pretty business focused.
And I don't necessarily pick up on any one person that seems to be that people are like intimidated by or very one person who seems to be the center of attention.
Um, Zara's getting a lot of attention, but again, you think that's probably has a lot to do with that she's the prettiest girl here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just making small talk for now.
Okay. So it's been your requisite half an hour, Jesse.
How many drinks have I had?
You tell me.
How many rounds did Martin buy?
You can only afford the one.
Now I'm broke.
All right, I made sure I
I
had
might start selling my bullets. I don't know.
good around. I'm like, put down my drink. Said, I'm gonna find a more happening scene. Anybody with me? Nah, I didn't think so. All right.
Let's blow this popsicle stand.
That's right. All right. Yeah. Take the boots and cowboy hat. Are we across the street? I forgot where we are.
Yeah, you're across the street.
All right, go across the street.
All right.
I'm gonna look for is there still people like kind of steadily coming in? I'd like to try and like
Blend in.
go with like a bunch of people, even though like I don't know. Even though I'm not with them, I guess I don't know.
Look for a wedding party.
Look for a wedding party. That's
Just
right.
insinuate yourself into a group of Arabs.
Woo.
Hey y'all, it's me, Ahmed.
Ahmed, whatever. You're Bob.
Okay. So, it's gonna be hard for you to find like a big group, but you can, there's certain, people tend to come in one or two at a time.
All right. Let's just see what happens.
You're just gonna go in?
Yeah,
Okay.
follow through whoever else looks like they're. I mean, people look like they come here to have fun, or is it kind of like a stuffy kind of like I don't know how to say it, like
You get the feeling
respectable gentleman's club or whatever.
you get the
right?
feeling that especially because it's early in the evening, most of the people that you've seen have been dressed more for business than a night out on the town.
Okay.
You're not sure if that's going to change later, but it's still it's only 7:30.
Well, here's the thing. Should we take a second shot of it when it's really late? Because if I try and do this now and I fail, that means, well, I guess it just means someone else will have to try it. I don't know. What do you guys think?
My social skills aren't all that good, so I don't think I'm going to be talking my way in there.
No, but should I just go like really late? Because nothing in this game happens when it's early.
Yeah, I think later is better.
Well, it might be easier for you to get it in early because
If it's more mundane stuff earlier on, it's probably easier.
like it's if the ritual sacrifices don't start happening until later in the evening,
What do I do for the next 6 hours? Just like hide out in like a rubbish bin?
Just hide in the bathroom.
I really gotta go. All right, I don't know. Let's see what happens. We only got 45 minutes left in this game. All right, I'm gonna try to go ahead.
Bowel syndrome.
What's that?
You've got irritable bowel syndrome.
There's this crazy Asian guy across the street just buying people drinks, and I think I had too much.
Okay, so you go in.
I go in. I say,
Excellent. And the bouncer kind of looks at you and says, "May I help you, sir?"
I say, howdy. I heard that this was a great place to visit and hang out.
Well, sir, this is a members club.
Ah,
That said, if you'd like a membership, it's £5.
membership, eh? What does membership get me?
Access to the upstairs where the drinking establishment is, and the entertainment goes on in about an hour in the ballroom.
I make like I'm thinking hard about this. What kind of entertainment?
Finest belly dancing, sir.
Ballet dancing. How positively British.
Belly dancing, sir.
Oh, belly dancing. Now you're talking. All right, sign me up.
Great.
I put
You
down
just need
£5 and I give him
You
him
just
a
need
pound.
to put your name down here.
Okay.
Do you?
I make up a name.
Excellent.
Rod
and-
Munch.
What's that?
Your name is Rod Munch.
Rod Mudge. Let's see here. I will be. Let's see.
Guy Pearson.
Guy Pearson. John Wayne. No, that's a terrible cowboy name.
Elwood Blues.
Yeah, I don't know, like Reba Williams or something.
Excellent. Right this way, Mr. Williams.
Call me
Yes.
Cleveland.
Welcome to the club.
John Wick. Oh wait, I gotta go with John Wick.
Hey,
All right, this is a fine establishment you got here.
so as a new member, you have a probationary period where you're only allowed to bring one guest in, but after 6 months you can stand people for full membership if you like, or bring larger parties in. A lot of folks who tend to have business meetings here. Let me show you around the whole place. So this guy takes you upstairs.
Yeah.
And
Oh, you should definitely have said your name was Donald Trump.
What could come of that even in a game? Mighty fine.
so he takes you into this door to the south and says, "This is our drawing room. Uh, Many of our members enjoy, sitting here with a fine cigar and it's been a quieter setting so that they can talk some business. Um, and you see that there's a couple of people in here, but not that many, and they seem to be kind of huddled close together, talking quietly. And then he says, "In this room here," and he opens the door to the north, and you see a whole bunch of people, including Jack and Zara, sitting at a table right in the middle. Says, "And this is our coffee room. Would you like a cup of coffee, sir, or would you prefer something stronger?"
Definitely something stronger.
Excellent, excellent. Well, let me. I won't keep you waiting then. And
Espresso.
Cigars too.
so then he takes you down to
Great stuff.
the end of the bar here, or the end of the corridor, and it opens up into a ballroom. And there's a stage here. There's a bar over here. And there's definitely some room for dancing, but there's also some tables and chairs set up in here. And you see a number of cocktail waitresses going around between tables, and you notice that some of them seem to be super friendly with some of the staff. And so your host takes you over to the bar and introduces you to the bartender and says, his first round is on the house as a new member, and then after that he gets the members discount rates. So
I'm liking it already. All right.
He says, I hope you enjoy your evening, Mr. Wick, and and that you continue to frequent our establishment in the future. And he leaves
tip my hat to him and say it's looking good so far.
And he leaves you at the bar.
All right. Get a drink.
Excellent.
Are there any like people selling cigars and stuff? Is there a cigar girl?
Yes, there is.
Yes. I go get a cigar. I'm just gonna like, I don't know, check out the scene.
You're living the life.
So there's definitely
a scene.
Yes. So when you first come in, there's a quartet of house musicians that are on the stage playing, and a number of scantily dressed cocktail waitresses and cigar girls, going around and making sure that everyone has what they need. And people tell you that there'll be dancers going on stage in another hour or so.
All right.
But there's probably a dozen tables set up across this ballroom, and most of the tables are occupied by groups of 2 to 5 people.
Okay. I'm gonna hang out at the bar for the moment.
Okay.
Wait for entertainment. See if now we play the waiting game.
No, the waiting game sucks. Let's play Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Exactly. So we didn't hear that the murders were actually occurring in the club or something obvious like that, right? That
They definitely are not.
okay. Okay. I suppose I'll have to be nosy at some point. But let me see.
Are you
Thinking.
okay?
If I do kind of casually kind of moving through the room, people mostly speaking in English or in Egyptian or something else.
Um, a good amount of English. There's definitely some Arabic being spoken, or some language that you don't know being spoken, but most of the people seem to be speaking English.
Yeah. Okay. Do I get a sense of what they're talking about?
Make a listen roll.
Do some listening. Oh, I fail moderately.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of noise in here from the band, so you can't really get a good idea of what people are talking about. I mean, you
Okay.
definitely hear, some snippets of some business type conversation. You hear, some people commenting about the music, but you don't, nothing of consequence.
Anything unusual about the decor or
Not that you notice. I mean, it's a little bit gaudy
Cthulhu
in
mythos?
places, but it's kind of what you'd expect from a nightclub called the Blue Pyramid.
Yeah. What is this thing? Like literally a blue pyramid?
Yes. Yes, it's a motif on the floor of the stage, and it's a,
Oh,
a
on the
blue
floor.
pyramid with a gold capstone.
Okay. Okay. Um, I mean, I guess I take in the entertainment for a while, and then when there's a break, I will head over to the parlor.
Okay. Jack, what are you doing? How do you think your date's going?
Um, very well, obviously. Um,
Go and tell her how pretty her eyes are and stuff.
Jack is hmm, talking about Egypt and just trying to be as subtle as possible, but see if he can get any information out of her. Very, very carefully.
Okay. What information are you specifically looking for?
Um,
Her phone number.
I think anything she might know that uh, Jack is talking about folklore and legends and stuff, and trying to see if she knows anything about some of the weird stuff that's going on, and maybe mention the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh again briefly, sort of jokingly.
Okay. You Americans and your fascination with old myths. In my country growing up, we only mentioned the Brotherhood as it was something that my grandmother used to say when one of us misbehaved. It was like your boogeyman, that if we were bad, that the Brotherhood would come and take us away in our sleep.
Just a story to scare children.
Exactly.
Well, there are always plenty of those around.
She says, I do believe that there probably was a brotherhood at one point, but I think they must have died out hundreds of years ago.
Oh, more than likely. I will. I don't think
entertainment.
I don't think we've been particularly quiet. So I want to just look around and see if anyone's overheard us mentioning the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh.
You just keep bringing it up, like each time talking about it in a louder and louder voice.
Okay. Make a spot hidden roll.
Order a black pharaoh from the cocktail waitress. What's in that, sir?
Brilliant. Come on, cultists. I know you're here. You get a bonus die.
So again, you think that, people are definitely looking at you occasionally, but you aren't sure whether it's because you mentioned the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh or because, you're a white guy sitting at a table with a pretty gorgeous Egyptian girl who obviously is no stranger to this club. Definitely, you noticed all the bouncers all knew her. The waitress who brings over the coffee, definitely knows her by name. You get the feeling she's well known at this club.
It's her. She's the head of the cult.
Hope not. Okay. How soon before the entertainment starts?
So are you asking Zara this?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so Zara says, "Oh well, there's a band playing in the next room right now, and then there'll be some traditional dancing from my country going on after that. If you'd like to move to the next room so that we can hear the music, that's fine with me."
Why not?
Okay. She takes you into the ballroom here, and very quickly a table opens up that the two of you are able to sit at, and you notice Jesse very shortly after you come in. You notice him leave the room.
It's a trap.
So Jesse, you are in the drawing room.
Oh yeah, right here.
Yep.
Is there anyone in there?
There's a couple of people in here enjoying cigars.
Okay. Do they look like cultists?
What do you think a cultist looks like?
I don't know. Just have to shoot them all and sort them out later. No, I grab I don't know if like people are talking or just like, so I'm just trying to like basically like scope the place out. So like, is there like a newspaper or something I could read?
Yeah, you could sit on the couch and read a newspaper and smoke a cigar and be somewhat unobtrusive.
Yeah, I'm gonna be nosy and I don't know. see if I overhear or see something or look for secret passageways. I don't know, something like that.
Damn it! If we sit in this club long enough, we're gonna overhear someone talking about their secret cult murders.
Exactly.
Hey Joey, you going to the secret cult meeting after this?
Just a matter of time.
So Jesse, I mean, you haven't actually talked to anybody while you've been here.
I have not yet talked to anybody while I've been here.
Look for the cultiest looking cultist.
I'm gonna do more listening
Okay.
in case anyone's saying anything interesting. Where the fuck did that go? Yes, maybe.
So, you know that you hear that the so you kind of sit yourself down in one of the chairs, and there's
Oh
a
shoot!
couple of guys sitting on the sofas near you, and you can hear them talking. They're pretty obviously trying to finalize a business deal. It sounds kind of boring. Doesn't really interest you that much, and doesn't sound like they're not buying 30 bags of quicklime and 7 rolls of carpet and 50 shovels.
They are or they are not.
They are not.
Okay. I wait until they're all just kind of like regular dudes. I assume they're dudes. But...
They're dudes.
Okay. I don't know if there's like I wait for like some kind of break in their business dealings or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then if and when that happens, I try and strike up a friendly conversation that basically
I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Basically asking them their like introducing myself as a new member, but then basically like kind of how long they've been there, what else is going on. I just paid £5 for this.
Are y'all with the cults?
Sure.
Should I
Oh, they say, oh, well.
Does anything else happen? Should I,
Welcome,
what
welcome.
happened to all the women? Stuff like that.
As well, the dancing will be starting in probably another 15 minutes in the ballroom. You definitely want to see that if it's your first time here.
Oh yeah, I'm from Texas. I don't think I've ever seen.
Wow, that's definitely far away. Well, welcome, sir.
Have you been there?
Have not.
I'll tell you what. If you ever find yourselves in that part of the world, you just give me a call. My name's John Wick.
Very nice to meet you, Mr. Wick.
And who might you guys be? How long have you guys been here?
So there's
just trying to get them to open up about stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So you guys talk, and you meet your new acquaintances. They're 2 Egyptian businessmen.
Can I order drinks? I'm gonna order a drink and say like, hey, do you guys want any drinks? Because I'm a good time. Make my second or third drink at least.
Yeah. So one of them's just having coffee. The other one takes you up on it, and they tell you, you start swapping stories. They haven't been in London all that long, but this is a place where a lot of Egyptian nationals, kind of gravitate towards. So it's nice to meet, friend, fellow countrymen when you're abroad. and a lot of business dealings tend to get done, at this club, especially earlier in the evening before the entertainment really gets into full swing.
Mm-hmm. Something tells me we should have probably waited later. Okay.
So about this time, you hear the music change. You can hear through the wall next door, and they say, "Oh, you're gonna wanna see this, friend." And they
I look around. Does it? Or I look at. Does it sound like? Does it seem like they are interested in viewing?
yeah, they kind of grab you by the shoulder, like, "Come on, you gotta see this."
All
And
right.
it seems to be in a friendly way, as opposed to.
Sounds awesome.
Excellent. So they take you into the room, and
Woo.
there's a so the room's filled up pretty quickly, um, and there's a number of belly dancers doing a routine on the stage, and the musicians have kind of moved off the stage, and they're kind of set up in the wings over here, um, and the dancers are doing their routine. It's a pretty good show. Everyone seems to be enjoying it.
All right. Am I seated at the? I try to find a table where like I'm close to like Jack, but not
Not at the same table.
directly acknowledging him.
Okay. Yeah, you can get that done.
All right. And I assume my two other buddies from the parlor are with me.
Yeah.
All right. Party on.
You are partying on. It's a good time. It's a good show. You see
Is
everyone.
this like a swanky club? Like all the members here are like.
It's definitely highbrow. It's definitely several cuts above the establishment you just left.
Okay.
Speaking of, so Seamus and Alistair and Martin, about this time the landlord comes to you and says, "Last call, gents.
Last call. What time is it?
The bars close around 8 in that neighborhood, except for the club. So
So we got 5-10 minutes.
yeah, maybe 15 if you really tip him well. He's not gonna throw you out with your last beer, but
Especially
He wants to go
considering that we had one guy buy a round for the entire
he
club.
wants to go home, as well. So he'll let you, he might even, 20 minutes, you're gonna start to feel your welcome be wearing out.
So what do you say we get a last drink, and then we mosey on elsewhere, gentlemen?
We
The landlord kind of looks at you and says, "Well, if you still want to keep the night going, you might see if you can get into the Blue Pyramid. I hear it costs some money, but they're definitely open until midnight or 1.
Thank you for the information.
Certainly.
So one more round for the three of us, and then finish it. We'll call it a night. Thank you. Good night.
So what is your plan after the pub closes? Are you going to try to get into the pyramid, or are you doing something else?
We could at least ask if we can go in and get a drink.
Yeah, I don't see why not. We can either grease the bouncer's hand and see if he'll let us in. We can offer to join.
Tell them that we were at the pub and our evening wasn't over, and the proprietor recommended.
Okay. That what you're doing? You're gonna try to get on in?
That works for me.
Okay. So you go across, and much like Jesse, the bouncer stops you at the door and says, "Gentlemen, can I do for you tonight?"
I explained that we were having dinner over at the local establishment, but the proprietor is closing for the evening, and he recommended, since our evening was not done, that we might frequent this establishment.
He says, yes, certainly, sir. It's if you'd like to join, membership is £5.
That seems quite reasonable.
Excellent. Yeah, I will pass over £5. Give an extra to the doorman for his pleasant demeanor and his help in getting us joined.
Excellent, and I just need you to put your names down on this register here.
So is everybody gonna lie, or are we gonna tell the truth?
Rod Munch.
I don't need to know what your alias is, so since we're, running short on time, we don't have to spend the rest of the time thinking of aliases. Just tell me if you're putting your real name down or a fake name.
I'll go with an alias.
Okay.
What are you going with? Alias, okay. I'm going to go with an alias, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a version of my name.
Great. So
Peter Griffin.
You guys all claim to be John Wick.
so he takes you in and says, at this time of night, really the only thing that's everyone's going to be in the main ballroom because the dancers are on. So he takes you over to the bar and sets you up with your first round. Things are hopping up on the stage. Everyone seems to be really getting into it, and you see Jack with Seamus. You recognize Zara. Martin and Alistair. You just see that he's with a gorgeous Egyptian woman. Matches the description that these guys gave you of Zara. And you see Jesse at a table nearby with a couple of Egyptian businessmen.
Well, why don't we find a table for the three of us where we can kind of keep an eye on the rest of the room?
That sounds good.
Okay. What are you all doing in addition to just enjoying the show, if anything?
Is there any artwork or anything? Like what's on the walls?
There's no like artwork for. There's a lot of like kind of gaudy decoration in the ballroom. Lots of fake pyramid stuff. Lots of really gaudy blue wallpaper. And the windows are lined with very heavy blue curtains to keep prying eyes out.
What time is it now? Like just like 8 or
It's
something?
it's about 8:30 now.
30. Okay. Um, how are my Egyptian business colleagues doing?
The one that drinks is definitely starting to feel no pain. Um,
Awesome.
they're definitely enjoying themselves.
Does it seem like they know anyone else in the club?
You
Don't
haven't
ask them, but
you haven't
kind of.
noticed them talking to anyone else.
Okay. Um, what happens after this show? I asked them. Are there
Oh
just
well,
more
some of the dancers will come out and do private dances for people and mingle with the crowd a little
private?
bit.
Ah, it's like private dances. What does that mean?
As much as you want it to mean, my American friends.
No, say no more. Now I know why there's these curtains here. Um, all right, it's about to get interesting. Um, so, if people are like generally having a good time and stuff, we move on to I don't know, drink round 3 or whatever. I basically at some point I'm just like, you all are Egyptian, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard the craziest thing that um, that some of you all were getting killed, right? Like I make it like so like I've had a bit to drink, which is true, and I basically asked them like kind of like if they're worried about being the next one, right? And then like, haha, let's see what the reaction is, I guess.
So especially the guy that's sober, um, he takes it a little bit more seriously than his friend does.
Uh-huh.
He says, it is something of a worry. There's been a number of our. So I haven't known any of the chaps that got murdered, but it is something that we definitely worry about as Egyptian citizens in this city.
I'm like, holy crap! You mean that's actually true?
Yes, I'm afraid it is.
Wow. I thought that was just a crazy ass rumor. Um, what what the heck's been going on?
Well, we don't really know except what the newspapers have reported that now 20 people over the last 3 years, 20 of my countrymen have been killed, and apparently the murders have been pretty brutal.
I was like, whoa, whoa. Did you know any of them?
And they both kind of look at each other and shake their heads. And no, both of them say, "No, no. Thank God it hasn't been any of our friends." But it is definitely worrisome that, especially that it's been 3 years and that no one's been caught yet. No arrests have been made.
No arrests. Wow. I said I'll drink to not, no murdered buddies, I guess. Um, but 3 years. I say like, well, I say if this was in Texas, you could damn well be sure we would have caught someone by now. Who all's in charge around here, anyways?
And one of the guy that's been drinking kind of like he's catching on to what he's like I don't know. He says, if it was white guys getting killed, you can best believe the London police would have a more effort put into it.
I get what you're saying. Um, I I look around the room, right, and I'll be like, wow, that sucks. You know, I feel you on this. Somewhat of an outlaw myself. Um, if you really must know, that's why I'm all the way out here in London. But that just stays between you and I, right?
Of course.
Happens in the Blue Pyramid stays in the Blue Pyramid. So I look around the room and I was like, wow, there's, you know, do you think anybody else around here's, 20 people? That's a lot. So it's basically like, do you think anybody else around here, knew one of the people who got killed? I make it like it's like the most fascinating thing, right? Because like, murders, Jack the Ripper, whatever.
So I'm not sure. I don't know anyone who does, but it is a small community. I'm sure someone must know. So about this time, Jesse, uh, the cocktail waitress comes back with another round, and you notice something written on your cocktail napkin.
Do I notice this as before, after, or during the time I'm served this?
So she puts the drink down in front of you. When you pick the drink up, you notice that there's something written on the cocktail napkin under the drink.
Phone number?
Take that, Jack. Okay. All right. I play it coolly. I try not to let the I don't know, any kind of wetness from the drink ruin what's written, and kind of, I don't know, have a drink and kind of take the napkin aside and kind of shove it in my pocket for the moment.
Okay, you're not reading it right now. You're
I'll take a sip or something and say, you know what? I think do one of you boys show me like where the men's room is?
Oh yes. Right over in that corner there by the edge of the stage. Kind of points you in the general direction.
Okay. I tell him I'll tell him I'll be right back.
Okay.
And then I go to the men's room. I probably have to do my business, but then I'll also read the napkin.
So the note says, "Meet me down the street near the arches at midnight."
It was a waitress?
Yes.
Okay.
She's the leader of the cult.
I'm gonna get offed. Okay. Would I recognize her? Well, I guess when I'm done.
I mean, you've seen
doing
her
my
tonight
thing, I'll go
serving you
back in the
drinks,
room.
but you don't know, and you'd probably recognize her again because she's been serving you all night,
Oh, I
but
see.
but you don't know her from prior to this.
No, I wouldn't expect it. But I just meant like I could pick her out in a lineup.
Yes.
Fair. Okay. I on my way back to my table, which is strategically located near Jack.
You've also noticed the rest of your friends come in, and they've got a table also strategically near you and Jack.
Give them the signal. Okay, no, that's cool. Okay. How are my Egyptian buddies?
They're hanging in. They're enjoying things.
Okay. Okay. How's Jack doing?
How is Jack doing?
Jack is having a very pleasant evening, I think.
Does he look like he's involved? Do you want to look like you're involved?
Just having a chat.
How's the rest of the team?
How's the rest of the team? What does it look like the rest of the team is doing? I'm trying to find like the least involved rest of the team to then pass the note on to.
I've been just looking at the build, the surrounding. the wait staff and things like that. Is there anything unusual? They're armed, or that we can see, bulges, things like that. Maybe a spot hidden type of role.
Sure, go ahead.
See if there's anything unusual.
Success.
The one thing you noticed is that the waitress who brought Jesse's last drink seemed to look a little bit nervous as she was walking away from Jesse's table.
The most of the wait staff also Egyptian?
Yes.
Intimidating man.
Yeah, everyone who works the club is Egyptian. And probably about half of the patrons are Egyptian.
One of the country's largest churches. It was full of worshippers, including many who once
Do I see? So when I'm kind of going back to my table, I'm looking for this waitress. Do I see her? Like, is she
You do see her making the rounds around the room.
Does she? Is she like? So I'm trying to see if she'll make eye contact with me.
She appears to be avoiding eye contact with you.
Okay. I head toward the least busy look. I mean, you guys are all at the table, right? The like Alistair and co. You guys all share a table?
Yeah, we're throwing money at the belly dancers.
Oh, we're into the private dancing section now.
Oh, just flipping.
Well,
flipping dollars,
private is, a table dance. It's not, they're not. There's not there's not a champagne room that they take you to, but they'll definitely do, a Massachusetts style, area dance, for your table.
We're promoting intercultural exchange for charitable reasons.
Let's see, who's the most responsible out of the three? Probably Alistair, right?
I'm crazy.
But he's the most insane. Okay, so Seamus. I tell my Egyptian friends I'm gonna try and get like a snack, right? Like too many drinks, not enough food. So I'm gonna try and get a snack. You guys want anything? No? Okay, that's cool. And then I move like over, by like if you guys are all at the same table, I don't know if you are, but I think that's how it was set up. Like I pretend to like trip or something and like close to where Seamus is, but then like recover and just be like, whoa, sorry about that, fat pal. And then while I'm doing that, I'm basically like I'm like grabbing like his shoulder or something and like a hand to try and steady myself. I basically pass the napkin over and then make the briefest of eye contact and then kind of give a serious glance downward to the napkin that I'm passing over, and then I'm heading toward the bar.
Seamus, what do you do with this?
I surreptitiously
Blow your
get
nose.
another napkin from
You blow your nose and ruin the message.
If I get
Why
another
are we going at midnight?
from the table, right, and just sort of hide the other napkin in it as if I'm going to, so I can see what's on the one that is there.
It says Arches.
So-
Do they have McDonald's in London at this time?
So in what appears to be a female's handwriting, you see written on the napkin, "Meet me down the street near the arches at midnight."
Is it hot?
Okay. So about how long till midnight?
3 more hours.
Okay.
So I get some. I don't know what passes as snacks around here, but whatever it is,
Get some bar nuts.
I get some, and then
The street meat cart outside.
get a gyro. Does anyone want a gyro? I really feel like a gyro right now. So I don't know. I stick around a little bit more with my new pals, and then I kind of more or less loudly declare that I'm going to get a right here, get a kind of drunk loud, right? I'm gonna go get a change of scenery and hang out in the parlor, and then I kind of nudge nudge wink wink kind of stroll my way out, hoping that my colleagues have been signaled and may eventually meet me say here.
Okay.
No rush.
Yeah, we're not going to all get up at once. I
Chilling.
surreptitiously talk to my. I don't know. The evening's getting a little late, gentlemen. When we
Yeah, let's kind of go to the other room, get a little bit quiet, and chat amongst ourselves.
yes, I think probably get a smoke in there. It's private. Probably they have papers, right?
Scotch. Do some
Yes.
smokes.
I don't know. They put awful pictures on the side of the packs in UK.
So Jack, about this, so it's getting to be about 9 o'clock, and Zara says to you, "Well, it's getting late. I think I've probably had about as much fun as I would care to have, but I thank you for the diversion, Mr. Reporter."
It was a pleasure. And thank you for a very pleasant evening.
So she leaves. What are the rest of you doing? Are you slowly all congregating?
I believe so.
Yeah, heading on over to the smoking lounge.
Martin will have one last table dance.
Oh, we're going back.
It's got 3
He's
hours
grabbing a
until
paper.
midnight, right? So, whatever.
Yeah, we're members now, and they got belly dancing. So what the heck?
Gold member. This is great. This is much better than running around Harlem in New York, sitting in friggin' alleys and stuff.
I can't argue that point.
Cotton Club's cool, but it doesn't have belly dancing.
I haven't gone insane in hours. This is great.
All right. So you all eventually meet up in the smoking room. Jack, do you notice everyone starting to disappear and tag along, or what are you doing?
I mean, I noticed, I'm just not sure if it's wise for Jack to be seen talking with the others in the club.
So hey guys, we got a few hours before midnight. Why don't we head to a place up the street so we can compare notes and relative privacy?
So you know from your original recon of this area when you were scoping it out yesterday that there's nothing else that's going to be open at this time of night in this neighborhood.
What about McDonald's?
Not so much in
Go to the
London in
Arches?
You
25.
can't go hang around the Golden Arch for 3 hours. I mean, that's really suspicious.
They got like
That's in Scotland.
refillable drinks at the soda dispenser.
They got beer machines over there. Come on.
Well, they serve beer in McDonald's in France. I don't know about in England.
That's insane.
Yeah, and they call the quarter pounder with cheese the Burger Royale with cheese. What do they call a Big Mac?
At least, what, 25, 30 years too early?
Only 25.
All right, guys. So what? So Jack, are you staying? What is Jack doing? Let's start with that, since he's going to be the wild card. I'm assuming the rest of you are all going to eventually end up in the smoking room.
Jack will go to the smoking room, but sit down across the room from the others.
Okay.
Well, is there anyone else in the room besides myself right now?
No, it's pretty empty right now. Everyone seems to be
All right.
enjoying the attention of the ladies.
There's papers and things like that, right? Here in the
Yeah.
smoking room? Yeah. So
Alrighty. Come on down.
So yeah, let's sit around and compare notes.
All right. Well, then, if everyone is together, then I am going to say that that's probably a good place to call it for tonight.
absolutely.
And we will figure out next time what you do with all of this information, and if you keep your date at the Arches.
And let's see if we can't keep our informant alive this time.
Yeah.
Unless it's a trap.
What are you talking about? That artist is alive.
He's got a point.
I did count the artist, though.
I think he was talking about Millie.
Yeah.
They'll all end up to be zombies at the end. It's all a trap.
All right, everyone. Thank you for a good game tonight. Our usual bat channel in 2 weeks work for everybody. That would be Memorial Day weekend, so I understand if that's a problem for some people.
I may not be able to do that. I think as it stands, I will be busy that evening, but if anything changes, I'll let you guys know.
I could do next week if that's better for people.
Hey, it's the Victoria Day weekend. I'm off, so I'm free. No. My only goal is getting my barbecue set up.
Get barbecue weather.
Yeah, I can do weather.
19th work for. Okay, so we'll do the 19th.
Think I can do it. Yeah.
Cool. So we won't do Memorial Day weekend, but we will do the 19th, and then we'll figure out where we're getting together next after that.
Sounds good.
I will get schedule updated in Roll20 and Discord and all those other places soon. All right.
Alrighty,
Thank
sounds
you,
good.
everybody. Have a great night, and we'll talk more soon.
All right. See y'all later.
See you later.
Night.